Even though each day technically has 24 hours long, a lot of us can only remember two main parts: working and then gearing up to work all over again. That used to be my life for years. Long hours in the job, high pressure, and feeling completely wiped out. But at the same time, I still wanted to build a business, hang out with my friends and family, go on date nights, and squeeze a little workout from here and there. Eventually, I had to face the hard cold truth. My evening, my precious free time were slipping away. I needed to find out why. Luckily, I discovered 5 strategies that completely flip how I spent my time once I clock out. So in this video, I'll walk you through those exact solutions so you can finally make room to start that business, pick up a new skill, or simply stop wasting your evening and focus on what truly matters to you. First up, let's talk about restarting your default setting. The biggest trick I found for not wasting your evening is learning how to split your action from your mode. Usually those two are tightly linked. Bad day at work, spend the night doom scrolling. Feeling tired, call it quit. Feeling stressed, everything can wait till tomorrow. But what if we could break that link? Instead of denying how we feel, we can learn to accept our emotion and then decide how we want it to respond. Picture it like rewriting your code. Your default settings say, I'm tired, therefore I can't. But we can update that to, I'm tired and I'll do it tired anyway. Or, I'm exhausted, but I'll push through and then I can rest on the weekend. Think about it. You've already done this plenty of time without even realizing it. Like going to the gym when you rather stay in bed. Or finishing that project even though you were totally drained. Each time you force yourself to act, despite not feeling it, you build evidence. Evidence that you can do things tired, stressed, or just plain unmotivated. And the more you gather proof, the stronger that muscle gets. Your mode doesn't have to run your entire evening. You can be tired and still get stuff done. You can be stressed and still move forward. It's not about waiting to feel good at first. It's about taking action regardless of how you feel in that moment. Next up, let's talk about optimizing your life math. In reality, everything can be broken down into 3 categories: fundamentals, fun, and futures. In fundamentals, this is the stuff you can't avoid: your day-to-day chores, bill, groceries, life admin. In fun, you have your social life, hobbies, dining out, vacation, basically everything that brings you joy. Lastly, future. Any activities that invest in your growth, learning a new skill, building a side hustle, or advancing your career. You probably seen this breakdown when it comes to money. A big chunk goes to fundamental expenses: rent, groceries, phone bill, some to fun, hanging out with your friend, traveling, and the rest towards future, investment, courses, and saving. But here's the problem. Most people's fundamental eat so much of their time and energy that there's little left over for fun or future. And while you can't exactly cut out grocery shopping, paying your bills, or doing laundry, you can optimize them to free up more of your evening. I started with bulk organization, like tackling all my house chores on a Sunday evening. In a few intense hours, I plan out my outfit for the weekend or meal prepping and handling miscellaneous chores. That saved me tons of time on weeknight. No more scrambling every evening to figure out dining or do laundry. Even the small changes add up to 5 extra hours a week that I could spend on something more fulfilling than chores. Another tip is to delegate or automate whatever you can. If something can be done faster or better by someone else or something else, it might be worth the cost. Every minute you save on fundamental is a minute that can be reinvested into fun or future activities, like picking up a new hobby or working toward that business idea that you keep daydreaming about. Moving on to our third tip, change your first destination. Have you ever noticed how the moment you walk through your door after work and you collapse into that couch, it's pretty much game over? That used to be my default for the longest. Walk in, drop my bag, sink into the couch and promise myself I'll only sit there for 5 minutes. But fast forward 3 hours and several Netflix episodes later, and there I was, still stuck in that same spot. The thing is, we often believe we have total control over our action, but sometimes our environment is stronger than our willpower. I realized just how true that was when one day my neighbor was making a lot of noise, so I decided to work on my YouTube channel at a local coffee shop instead. In those 2 hours, I got more done than I had a week telling myself I'd work on it once I get home. And that's when it clicked. Don't fight the couch magnet, just avoid it entirely. If you want to hit the gym, pack up your workout clothes and head straight there. If you're trying to build a side hustle, grab your laptop and go straight to a cafe. By stopping yourself before you reach that environment that triggered that default evening waste of time routine, you can completely change what you end up doing. Sometimes it really is that simple. Take a detour and you'll find yourself being way more productive with your night. Number 4, use your best hours. We've been talking about how not to waste your evening, but let me share one of the most underrated time hack on the list. Your morning might actually be way more valuable than your night. Just think about your typical after work section. You've got notification popping up, group chat lighting up with plans, and your brain been on full blast all day. By the time you sit down to do anything productive, you're running on fume. Now, compare that to a 6 a.m. or a 7 a.m. start. No one is texting you, no urgent email coming in, no social media feed tempting you. It's pure uninterrupted focus time. When I stopped forcing myself to work on my side project in the evening and switched to the morning, I got more done in 30 minutes than I used to in just 2 hours. Seriously, not all 24 hours are created equal. A single morning hour can be worth multiple evening hours when your mind is fresh. Plus, there will be days when you just can't tackle everything in the evening anyway, whether it's social plan or family commitment. Meanwhile, your morning is pretty sacred. The world is still quiet and your brain is recharged. Use it, trust me, it's a game changer. And lastly, respect your foundation. If you're not looking after yourself both physically and mentally, you're not going to have the energy, discipline, or motivation to do anything productive after 8, 9, or 10 hours workday. When you eat junk, skip on workout, or skim on sleep, you're running on less than your best. And I've been there. For years, I was barely sleeping 5 or 6 hours a night, constantly feeling drained, and it took a serious toll on my productivity, mood, and overall drive. But here's the thing, if you want to smash those meaningful goals at the end of your day, it's infinitely easier when you're healthy, happy, and well rested. And yes, that includes the basic, going to the gym regularly, learning how to eat healthier, aiming for a 7 to 9 hours sleep, drinking more water, and looking after your mental health. You won't truly realize how far below your peak you've been operating until you start taking care of yourself. So prioritize your foundational well-being. Everything else, motivation, productivity, and progress tend to fall in line once your mind and body are running on full capacity. And that's it for today's video, guys. Those are the 5 things I did to stop wasting my evening after work. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the notification button so you don't miss on any updates on sustainable fashion and personal finance. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys on my next one.